Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on Tarot Whispers, we're going to be looking at the Temperance card. So when you look at the Temperance card here, you can see we have a woman with her beautiful angel wings on. She's got a symbol on her forehead there. Well, it's more like kind of like a circle. She's shining brightly, but I take that circle sort of like as a third eye opening. Other people may interpret things differently, and that's fine. Spirit understands how I interpret things, so they. But you can see she's kind of got one foot up on the banks, and then one foot into the water. She's pouring water from one cup to another cup, and so this card is all about balance, moderation, healing. And so I look at this card as a wonderful card, obviously, but it's all about having that balance in your life, having that peace in your life, right? So it's not about cutting things completely out, right? Like, so if you like to drink, but you're drinking way too much, the Temperance card isn't about, I'm going to quit drinking and completely go abstinent, right? It's not about being abstinent. It's about finding the balance, the moderation in your life. So maybe I don't drink on the weekdays at all, and I allow myself like Friday night, Saturday night to have one drink or to have two drinks. But that's going to be my balancing point. That's going to be my moderation. And so this is really about kind of almost about having it all and being at peace with it, but having the balance. So having the job that I love and having the home life that I love and balancing between those. I have the job I love, but I'm not working 100 hours a week at it. I'm working 40 hours a week. I have the family I love, but I'm not, with them 24/7. I have a job, or once a week or once a month I go out and I have my girls' night. So this is all about finding the balance within your life, finding the peace, finding the healing, being a healed person, right? So having gone to therapy and now accepting those around you, right? Not trying to change them, as we had in another reading, but trying to just accept. I accept who you are, and I'm finding my moderation with you. So maybe it's because of who you are and how you are. I know I can't be around you all the time, so I'm going to only talk to you once in a while. I'm going to be, especially if it's someone like a parent or sibling where you feel that obligation. Nobody's obligated to anybody except maybe your children. Except your children, I will say, you are obligated to take care of them, but not once they're adults. But it's finding that balance within that. So I'm going to moderate my relationships. I'm going to ensure that those relationships that bring me peace and balance within my life, I keep close to me. And those relationships that don't, I'm going to have further away or completely cut out of my life. So that's the message of the Temperance. It's all about finding balance, finding healing, finding moderation, being able to sort of nicely balance your life. So when I'm at work, I work hard, but when I go home, I also rest hard. And those type of things. So I will bring out my board and we'll see what Spirit has to tell us about the Temperance card. And as always, I do dub over, so it may sound slightly different. Sometimes I trip over things because I kind of slightly wrote down the wrong word, or I can't spell, or I just can't read what I wrote. So we'll see. I'm going to get into my meditation mode and be quiet, and then we will see what Spirit has to tell us about temperance. Sorry, at this point my pen had a few issues. We're going to work through them though. Temperance is about finding your balance in all areas of your life. It's about balancing work, balancing family, balancing fun, balancing rest, balancing alone and contemplation time. Everyone must strive for balance. Always working or always playing will not bring you a harmonious life. Taking care of your responsibilities and making time for play will bring you the peace and happiness you desire and deserve. No one is meant to work all the time, and no one is meant to indulge in pleasures all the time. Finding a balance not only leads to a peaceful life, but it allows life to stay interesting. For doing only one thing all the time eventually loses its joy. Even those things that you love the most lose their joy if done 24/7. Finding balance is what brings the joy, brings the peace of accomplishment, brings the satisfaction. Work well done leads to rest well deserved and without guilt. You can't do it all. You can't be responsible for all of it. Arrange your life so there is time for work, play, and rest. And then you will create a truly harmonious and peaceful life that you look forward to. Remember, this is your life to design and plan. Do it your way. Love. Okay, so the Temperance card. Sorry, my pen always takes a second to get going. Temperance is so really, temperance is all about finding balance in your life. And what the Spirit is trying to tell us is that if you are always working and you're or you're always playing, that is not going to bring this harmonious life you like, right? So if you're always working, you don't have any joy, you don't have any peace, you don't have any rest, you don't have any contemplation time. You're just to the grindstone, and that's okay to do for, say a period in your life, because I need to do this to get to there, but you should not be doing this long term, right? This is, I work hard at this moment because I'm going to get to a goal, but I'm going to then bring in the balance. And we should always focus on bringing the balance. And what I'm trying to say here is it may not be every single day is completely balanced. Okay, I go to work and then I get my, chores done at the house, and then I'm going to play, and then I'm going to rest. And that's going to be every single day. It may not work that way. You may have days where, I started work at 6 o'clock this morning and I worked till 11 o'clock tonight because I had to get this done. I had a deadline. I worked. But then tomorrow, I'm going to take the day to rest. Or tomorrow, I'm going to go and do that activity that I really love. I'm going to go to that dance class. I'm going to go whitewater rafting, whatever it is. And so it's all about making sure you have that balance, right? So it's not about I'm getting really drunk every single day. I'm, come home, I work, and I just drink. That's not the balance, right? Because drink, that's not playing. That's not really relaxing. That's more just altering your mind to get out of the state you're in. So it's all about I work hard, I play hard, I rest hard, and finding those balances. So I do have a drink, but I only have a drink when I'm out with friends, or I only have one drink, say at night, because I find that sort of brings in the peace. I don't want to say that because we don't want to use alcohol for that, but just sort of tones things down a bit, and then I relax for an hour or two before then going to bed, So just, we want to bring in the peace, or bring in the peace, but what am I trying to say? The balance, sorry. We want to bring in the balance. So we want to be working, we want to be playing, we want to be resting. Working, playing, resting, and you need to find that balance, I would say, preferably within your day, but obviously that is just not possible, especially the way our days are structured. We don't do everything the same every day, right? We go to work certain days, we have certain days off, there's certain holidays, there's certain responsibilities. But overall, within your week, within your month, you need to find that balance. So I know a lot of people who are Christian, and they actually, Sundays, that they literally do not work at all. They don't even do chores, right? They might take care of, I have to make supper for the family, or they might even, I know some that order in. Like Sundays is a no work day. So I go to church, and then I lay around, I watch TV, I hang out with the kids and play, we go for walks, I read, those type of things. And so you need to design your life how it is. So maybe Mondays and Wednesdays for you, I work. As soon as I get home, I got to take their kids to the activities. And so, I don't get any rest these days. It's responsibility. That's fine. But then maybe on your Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, maybe you do an hour of housework, but then the rest of the night is yours, because I don't do anything on my evenings on Tuesdays and Thursdays because my Mondays and Wednesdays are absolutely crazy. So however your life is structured, that's fine. You have to work around certain things. So if you're a shift worker, you obviously have to work around when your shifts are, right? but structure the rest of your life around that so that you are getting that play time, you are getting that rest time. And if all of us live within that balance, you will find you look forward to everything. You don't mind going to work because you had that play time and that rest time. You playing with your kids, it's fun and you can enjoy it because you know you're going to have that rest time afterwards, right? And you look forward to your rest time, and then when you're in your rest time, when you come out of it, you don't mind because you're like, no, I had enough rest, so now I'm going to go do the next thing. And I think when we have this balance, it just creates this life of where you more look forward to things, or you don't mind those things that, I hate cleaning. I love organizing. I hate actually getting down and scrubbing and cleaning things, right? But if I know, okay, well, I'm going to scrub for an hour, but then I'm going to go get to rest. I'm going to rest for an hour. I'm going to do something else. Then that helps it make it not so bad, because although I'm doing this thing right now that I don't want to do, it is a responsibility. I'm going to take care of it, but I know that afterwards I get my reward. I'm going to go dancing. I'm going to, order food in tonight. My cleaning day, I order food so I don't have to also cook. However you balance your life, and everybody has their own realities of how things are set up and how they need to balance their life. But everybody needs to find that balance of I work some, I play some, and I rest some. And if everybody found that balance, everybody would be living their life much more peacefully, harmoniously, but also in that joy of, I don't mind that I'm in the work mode because I know I'm going to get the rest mode. I don't mind that right now, I'm resting and I'm unproductive, but I don't feel guilty about that because I know when I work, I do work. And this time has been allotted for me to rest. So I hope this message helped you, and I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.